Kaksikielinen, eli suomeksi ja englanniksi. Ja jos on LiveStreamin kautta seuraajana haluatte kysellä kysymyksiä, niin sitten tuolla Twitterin kautta, en tiedä näkyykö toi hashtag sinne asti, mutta LTKY-H16 hashtagillä voi sitä kautta laitella kysymyksiä tulemaan. Mutta sen pidemmittä puheitta pyytäisin nyt sitten noin puheenjohtajahakijat tänne lavalle. So, welcome everybody for the panel of the LTKY's board for next year. And first we will have a panel for the head of the boards and then for the members. And if there are some people following through the live stream and you want to ask questions, you can do it via Twitter using the hashtag LTKYH16. And now let's start with the head of the boards. Please come. Yeah, please if you can stand up. Just show it, like, so that everyone can see your name. Voisit tehdä sellaiset nopeat esittelyt, eli kuka olette tai ketkä olette, mistä tutkimusesittelette. So please introduce yourselves, what do you study and how long have you been in Lappeenranta? Where are you coming from?
Hello.
You can start.
Thank you. Hello, my name is LTKY. I'm a double degree student from Moscow. I'm in Lappeenranta here for 3 months already. My previous major studies was boilers, ovens, metallurgy, and here I'm study sustainable technology and business in environmental technology faculty.
Hei vaan kaikille, Ville-Matti Rissanen, 6. vuotta energiatekniikkaa täällä. Mä oon opiskellut sivuaineena ympäristötekniikkaa ja nyt olen tämän vuoden ollut LTKYn hallituksessa varapuheenjohtajana ja sitten mulla on ollut toi sosiaalipolitiikka ja liikuntavastuualueena. Alun perin kotoisin Hausjärveltä, se on tuolla Kanta-Hämeessä.
Thank you. And short answers, please, because we don't have so much time. Lyhyet vastaukset siis, kiitos. And why are you applying for this position? Ja miksi haet juuri tähän paikkaan?
Yeah. Okay. I applied for this position because I saw that only Willie will be applying for this position. I think this will be meaningless if only one applicant will be for this position. I think this is a very interesting position. You can actually change a lot of things being for this position. I am as an international student. I have some concerns about internationality of LTKY, and I think I can bring something new to this board, and maybe we will meet some very great changes in the future of next year. I think I'm very suitable for this position. I can take a fresh breath from this.
Olen nyt tämän vuoden ollut tuossa hallituksessa ja tavallaan nähnyt tosi laajasti se, mitä siellä tehdään ja se on tosi tärkeää työtä. Tiesin jo aikaisemmin, että se on, mutta nyt mä huomasin sen ja tavallaan jäi tämmöinen into ja palo tähän ja vähän tuntuu, että vaikka tässä on vuoden aikana paljon tehty, että on jotain jäänyt vielä kesken, mä haluaisin niin jatkaa tätä työtä ja näyttää niin hallituksen puheenjohtaja niin seuraava askel tässä, että turha jatkaa samassa tehtävässä, vaan nyt on niin vähän laajemmaltakin alueelta.
Mitkä on teidän vahvuudet ja heikkoudet? Please tell us about your strengths and weaknesses.
I think my weak points is like I don't speak Finnish. I mean puhun suomea vähän, but this actually doesn't help me a lot here. I can't understand anything, but I will. I'm studying Finnish. I think this is my weakest point. According to this application, my strength points, I think that I have previous experience on such positions in my own university. Also, I know a lot about international life here, so I can share my thoughts about that, how can we improve these problems. So, as I said before, like fresh breath, so I think this is a very strong point for this application.
Joo, jos tuosta vahvuuksista lähtee, niin varmaan yksi on tämä kokemus, eli nyt vuosi Lytky-hallituksessa, 2 aikaisempaa vuotta Armaturin-hallituksessa ja 6. opiskeluvuosi, niin antaa varmaan aika hyvän ja laajan näkökulman niin tähän meidän yliopistoon, ylioppilaskuntaan ja muutenkin tähän korkeakoulukenttään. Ja sitten muutakin vahvuuksia niin on silleen, tuun toimeen hyvin ihmisten kanssa ja aika sille hyvä ryhmätyöskentelijä ja projektityöskentelijä. Ja mitä heikkouksia tulee, niin no, varsinkin jos miettii tätä puheenjohtajapestiä, niin yksi mun ehkä heikkous on, että mä haluan aika hyvin kontrolloida ja pidän näpissä sen homman. Ja sitten, että semmoinen, vaikka on sellainen niin yhteistyökykä muiden kanssa, niin ehkä semmoinen, että sille alaiselle ei aina välttämättä löydy sitä luottoa, kun hän kyselee, että hei, miten tämä eteneekö, vaikka sille voisi antaa ihan vapaat kädet, ei hän tarvitse aina koko ajan tökkimään.
Okay, and now only in English. What are your study plans for next year and will you study?
Study plans for next year. I'm doing my master's thesis right now, but it has very flexible schedule, so I'm going to focus on the German position and then do my master's thesis during the summer.
I'm also doing my master thesis now. My master thesis topic is from my previous university, so I'm just PhD here. I have also a lot of time focused on the work.
Millainen johtaja olet? What kind of a leader are you?
I think I'm a very liberal leader, as I can say like this, or not like a tyrant or something. I think I always let people to share their thoughts, their opinions on everything, and I think very democracy leader. So I will always, at least I will hear all opinions and all of that. After that, I will make any decisions. I like transparency, that everything is clear for everyone. So I will try to, before any decisions, I will try to make it clear for everyone what the decision, to what the decision will lead and what was the background of the decision. So transparency, democracy.
Mä näen, että hyvä johtaja on sellainen, joka ei anna niitä tavoitteita ja käskyjä ryhmälle suoraan ylhäältä, vaan että ne kasvaa sieltä ryhmästä. Ja ryhmä asettaa ne tavoitteet ja sitten ajaa silloin, se motivoi silloin viemään eteenpäin. Niin tämmöistä mä oon yrittänyt omassa johtajuudessani, että sieltä tulisi, että innostaa sitä ryhmää ja löydetään yhdessä ne yhteiset tavoitteet ja kohti lähdetään. Mutta sitten mä oon myös sellainen, että jos on jostain sovittu, niin mä nyt myös haluan, että siitä pidetään kiinni. Ihan pienetkin asiat, että esimerkiksi, että kuka käy kaupassa. Niin sit, jos on sovittu, niin sit siitä pidetään kiinni eikä lähdetä lipsumaan mihinkään. Tai lähdetä mitään turhaa joustamaan.
Mikä on ylioppilaskunnan tärkein tehtävä? And what is the most important task of the student union? Ja Ville Mastikan start again.
Tärkein tehtävä on, no tässä kohtaa pitää sanoa edunvalvonta, koska se on tärkein tehtävä, mutta sitten se, että miten se, se on se edunvalvonta, mutta se, että miten se, että mihin suuntaan, niin mä näen ehkä se, että tänne nimenomaan tuonne meidän omalle yliopistolle päin. Silleen, että se näkyy mahdollisimman paljon siinä meidän omien opiskelijoiden tekemisissä siellä kursseissa ja muutenkin siinä palvelussa, mitä yliopisto järjestää, niin sinne suuntaan erityisesti se edunvalvonta.
I think my task will be considering things that actually concerns me, myself. This is international problems, which I noticed during my life, but also Willie told me about ongoing tasks and goals of the student union, which concerns not only international students, so I will try to bring to life all these tasks and goals, not only international things.
Miten kehittäisit LTKY:n ja LUTin välistä yhteistyötä? How would you improve cooperation between the student union and
Mun mielestä me tehdään aika nyt tosi hyvää yhteistyötä, että me päästään tapaamaan monia eri tahoja yliopistolla ja keskusteluyhteydet on hyvä. Mutta ehkä se, että välillä sieltä tulee kyllä semmoisia vähän yllättäviä juttuja. Että ehkä se, että jatkaa niitä hyviä keskusteluja, yrittää viedä sitä siihen suuntaan, että vielä enemmän muistettaisiin kysyä se niin kuin ylioppilaskunnan ja opiskelijan mielipide kaikkiin päätöksiin. Eikä vaan pelkästään niin, mitkä koskettaa pelkästään ja vain ainoastaan opiskelijoita.
To be honest, I don't know how they connect each other right now, so I'm actually, but I think that don't know, sorry.
Mitkä ovat tärkeimmät yhteistyön ylioppilaskunnat ja miksi? Which other student unions in Finland are the most important with cooperation and why?
Thank you for these questions. Yes. As again, I'm not really familiar with this. Other student unions, we don't have these kind of student unions in my country, in Russia, so I don't want to just tell stupid things. I don't know.
No se riippuu ihan, että mistä asiasta on kyse, että ehkä näissä niin kuin, jos koulutuspoliittisissa asioissa muuten, niin ne Aalto ja Tampereen teknillinen, koska samanlaiset koulutusalat, niin ne on niin kuin tosi tärkeitä niin lähtökohdissa ja sitten Aallossa myös, että ylioppilasverkon kautta tulee myös tämä yltäreiden, että muuallahan se on niitä yhdistyksiä, niin ehkä se yhteydenpito voidaan sitten jättää niille ainejärjestöille. Mutta sitten miettiin sitten nämä muissa asioissa, niin kun miettii, että vähän, että minkälainen yliopisto me ollaan, että on tämmöinen pieni yliopisto niin vastaavanlaiset sitten muualla Suomessa, että voin luetella tästä nämä Lappi, Oulu, Vaasa, Jyväskylä, Itä-Suomi, jotka on niin samantyyppisiä sen mittakaavan mukaan ja tosi.
Mitä periferiaa?
No vaikka sellaisia periferiaa-yhdistelyitä.
Mitkä ovat suurimmat haasteet LTKYlle ensi vuonna? What are the biggest challenges next year from the student union perspective?
No, yksi tämmöinen haaste varmasti, mikä on niin nyt, kun on LUTilla irtisanottu paljon porukkaa, varsinkin tukipalveluista, niin nyt ei vielä tiedä kuinka iso haaste se on, mutta todennäköisesti tulee vaikuttaa myös opiskelijoiden ja katsoa, että vaikutukset olisi mahdollisimman pieniä. Mutta se ei ole vielä tarkkaa tietoa siitä, että mitkä pestit sieltä lakkautetaan millä tavalla, niin miten ne vaikuttaa siihen, mutta esimerkiksi just tämä, että nythän tämä opintopsykologi poistettiin kokonaan yliopistolta, niin että miten se vaikuttaa sitten vähän opiskelijoiden hyvinvointiin. Tämä voisi nyt yhtenä esimerkkinä mainita.
My opinion that for me will be the greatest challenge to bring more transparency to the student union, so more people would understand what student union actually doing, because for a lot of international students it's not very clear where they put their money or what or not, because like for example IELTS, my magazine is completely in Finnish, where actually IF magazine is very good explained, but it's in Finnish, so I think the lack of English is like a really big problem, and for me it will be the greatest challenge next year.
What will you do differently next year than this year? Mitä tekisit eri tavalla kuin mitä tänä vuonna on tehty? Lappi, can start.
Yksi tämmöisen kehittämisen paikka, mitä voisin ehkä tuoda tuohon ainakin hallitustyöskentelyssä, että nyt meillä oli tosi paljon hallituksen kokouksia ja vastaavia, että tulee semmoista byrokratiaa siellä, että haluaisin ehkä vähentää niitä ja lyhentää sitten niitä kokouksia tolleen, että nytkin oli tänään hallituksen kokouksessa ja meni päätös kohta 340 joku rykkiä. Ja todella paljon niin tollasta, mikä vie sitä aikaa muuta työskentelyä, että ehkä sitä keventää ja suunnittelee tarkemmin ne hallituskokoukset ympäri vuotta, että saadaan ne pakolliset päätökset tehtyä sitten siellä ja ei tule sitten yllättäviä päätöksiä sitten ja kokouksia.
Yes, as I understood that we need a lot of background in the previous workshop. student here and to answer a lot of questions. Sorry.
Yeah.
Miten sopeuttaisit blogin toimintaa? If you needed to cut costs in the student unit operations, how would you adjust it?
Also, according to the expenses to magazine called IF, it's completely in Finnish, but I think it's not very needed in university right now, because I don't think a lot of people read it, especially international students. And also, this September I received like a lot of papers in my mail. Like I was completely lost in all of this. So they just like in my storage somewhere. I didn't read all of this. I don't think we need to spend a lot of money on a lot of papers, like, which are completely unnecessary. We can share a lot of information via internet. So I think it's more convenient for people, for international people. Also, that it's easy to translate pages from Finnish to English on the website. So I think we should have this meta business in our.
Jos olisi tarve sopeuttaa, niin mä lähtisin ehkä ensimmäisenä puuttumaan niin esimerkiksi kellari vuokria vastaavia, että korottaisin käyntimaksuja, että saataisiin tavallaan se, mikä sieltä jäsenmaksusta menee sen kellarin ylläpitoon, sitä pienemmäksi kohdentaa sitä enemmän käyttäjille sitten.
Mikä juuri tehtiin.
Mikä juuri tehtiin, mutta vielä entistä enemmän.
Mitään muuta enemmän.
No sitten voisi ehkä, jos nyt tarvitsee karsia, niin jotain sellaisia pieniä, vähän ylimääräisyyttä, että esimerkiksi pakun voisi hävittää ja vastaavia, että siitä tulee kuluja, jotka tulee vastaavia palveluita.
Okay, and then the last question. How well can you communicate with Finnish and then also English? Pretty much can start.
Yeah. Well, I'm fluent in Finnish, so that won't be a problem. And I speak as good English as anyone else in Finland, so not a big deal for me. But of course, I don't know all the words, specific words like in fields of higher education or social affairs. So.
My Finnish is very limited. I just passed my Finnish 1. Now I'm studying Finnish 2. Yeah. Quite well, I think. My Finnish is not suitable for this position.
Thank you for your answers. And now we're gonna have this part of the panel where we are gonna tell you, ask you about like specific words and topics, and then if you think they are a good thing, you can show the green card. And then if you are against them or you think they are a bad idea, then you can show the red one. And we have 7 of them, and you may comment more on 2 of them.
After all this.
Yeah. You understand? Okay, good. Let's begin. The first is lukukausimaksut, tuition fees for students outside EU.
Okay. Perustulo and basic income.
Edustajisto, representatives council.
I'll be careful.
Representatives council
For our student union.
Is this good idea or bad?
Yeah.
We're talking about fees.
Okay, you have questions from the audience later, so you can ask them.
Some questions was like half in Finnish, half in English, so maybe missed some.
Okay.
Something. Sorry.
The next one, SU, National Union of University Students in Finland.
Okay. Julkinen puhuminen, public speaking. Do you like it?
Of course.
Okay for you.
That's
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Anneli Pauli. Okay.
As hallitus, Finland's current parliament.
Aikaiset herätykset, early mornings, wake-ups early.
Okay. Gills. Okay, and now, now you can comment on two of the topics more if you want to. If you don't have any comments, it's okay too. So. Okay, so now we will move forward to the question from the audience. So if you have anything, you are now free to ask them, or please raise your hand so we can give out. Kavya, did you have a question?
No, actually, I was asking, I didn't even understand what's the basic income. So, whether I have to go, how it should be. Okay.
Ensi vuonna on tulossa kuntavaalit ja pitäisi varmaan ruveta miettimään LTKY isompia teemoja sinne kuntavaaleihin, niin osaisitko kertoa meille tärkeimmät vaikka 2 teemaa ja miten lähti sitten ajamaan niitä? So next year, well not next year, 2017, we're gonna have elections for the city council. So you should now tell us what are the most important things and what did you do to make sure that the things come to reality?
No, tällä yleisesti ajattelen niin meidän korkeakoulun teema, niin yksi ainakin mitä tässä vuosien varrella huonontunut, esimerkiksi täällä Skinnarassa ja Sammolaarissa on noin liikuntapaikat, että tuohon tuli toi kuplahalli, mutta se vei samalla sitten yhden hiekkakentän siitä Parkalla lähti. Muutenkin tämmöisiä niin kuin liikuntatiloja tai paikkoja on karsittu silleen, että ne on mennyt. Esimerkiksi se kuplahalli, niin se on nyt maksullinen, sieltä lähti yksi maksutontila ja vastaavia, että ehkä semmoinen vaikuttaminen sinne, että saataisiin tänne sitten jotain korvaavaa tai jotain niin kuin tällaista ilmaiseksi käytössä olevaa ulkoilu- tai liikuntatilaa. Se voisi olla yksi tämmöinen opiskelijoiden teema. Sitten sä haluaisit toisenkin vielä. Tulipa nyt äkkiä, 2017 on niin kaukana, että...
Can you repeat question, rephrase it a little bit again?
So in 2017, the city council elections are coming, and LTKY is having a huge part in the effects of the position of students here in Lappeenranta. So in your opinion, what is the most important theme for the upcoming elections? And what would you do to make it a reality?
The city election, city council. Sorry, I don't have any information about city council, so I don't know, sorry.
Well, basically what's wrong with Lappeenranta, what would you do to make it better?
Actually, I like Lappeenranta, so I think they're doing a great job with internationality also, but I like it, so.
So Lappeenranta is your friend.
I think it's quite good.
So do we have any other questions? Okay.
This question was already covered by the speaker, but I would like you to translate that to me in English. That how will you do things differently this year than the last year?
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
How will you do things differently this year than what you have already done last year as one of the vice chairman of the board?
Yeah. As I said in Finnish, I would like to do something in our working in the board. We have lots of board meetings during this year here, and I want to cut those so we would have less meetings. So because that takes a lot of time and work for us. So less board meetings, more doing with the projects and so on.
So that's the overall plan, that having less meetings and work.
That's one major point.
Okay.
So I would like to develop.
Okay. Thank you.
I think like no problems with the meetings. As I said, like these papers for students at the beginning of education, don't think they are very necessary. I would like to change this. Also, I face some problems with tutoring system. Maybe it should be improved as well. And maybe we should spend more time with tutors to explain them how to actually make their jobs. So I think it's also very important for new students, especially international ones who are not already who became really lost after this radiation week. They don't know where to find information because a lot of things like Finnish or non-Finnish.
Any other questions?
If you are elected, what does the student union look like after your year? So, will you be that? That works here.
Yeah, I think the board will be. You're asking as well about board or just like our university?
The board makes a decision for the whole student union.
Yes.
In practice, how does the actions of student union seem to us as students?
Yeah. As I mentioned several times before, like internationality of this university will increase, I think, more because even in the student council, everything is in Finnish, so without help from other people, it would be very hard to participate in such great meetings of council. So I think more English science, like English magazines, at least arts and other magazines should still be in the university. So I think after, if I will be elected for at least for international students, it will be easier to study here, to receive information, because language problems, I think that.
Thank you for your answers as well as for the questions.
Sorry.
Sorry. Vastaa ihmeessä.
Joo, no, että miten se vuoden jälkeen näkyy, niin sitä on aina hankala sillä sanoa, koska se mitä nyt tehdään ensi vuoden aikana, niin saattaa, että se näkyy vasta vuoden tai kahden päässä, mutta se ottaisi semmoista niin kuin jotain pientä ja konkreettista siihen, että mitä voisi niin kuin näkyä, niin tämä on tällainen pieni juttu, mikä minulla on niin kuin mielessä, että tästä puhutaan aika usein, että miten ylioppilaskunta niin kuin, tai toimisto näkyy niin kuin jäsenille. Se on ehkä yksi semmoinen, että enemmän niin kuin hukkaa sitä tiedottaa esimerkiksi sitä, että mitä päätöksiä edustajista on tehty ja hallitus on tehnyt, niin se jollain tasolla, että sieltä olisi helpompi saada ne tiedot sitten halutessaan. Se voisi olla tämmöinen yksi pieni konkreetti.
Näkyvyyttä enemmän. Oliko tämä sun vielä jotain? Okay, this is the last question.
Okay. Alex, you mentioned that you had similar positions back in Russia, maybe.
Yes.
If you want to, can you tell us what did you have or what did you do there?
Yeah, actually we also have like our alternative to student union, but it's not so separated from university. Here we have like from every faculty, from every course, we have representative of students, and I was one of the representatives. We just discuss the problems of. We don't have international students, so we have our. Here we discussed course problems, faculty problems, maybe with studies, also with organization of some events, cultural events. So I participated. My position was cultural events because Russia is a big country. We have different cultures. So all people feel equal in Moscow.
Okay, so now when everybody has answered and has questions, thank you.
Thank you.
And you may return to your seats. And then the other applicants for the board, please come up here and yeah, you may sit after you had your comments here. Feel free And as there are so many of you, please remember to keep your answers short and to the point. And people from the live stream, remember you can also ask questions through Twitter. And let's get started. So please introduce yourselves. Who are you? Where do you come from? What do you study? Or have you been in Lappeenranta? Let's start with here.
Joo, ei terve. Jaan Saariniemi, toisuuden kauppatieteilijöiden alun perin Helsingistä ja haen tähän samaan paikkaan, missä nyt olen, eli talous, yrityssuhteet, työllisyys ja viestintä. So, hello everybody, my name is Jan Saariniemi and I'm running for the same place what I'm actually now doing on the board, and so it's communication, cooperation with the other companies and economic, and I'm also second year here studying business. Thank you.
Joo, terve, mä oon Jeremias Mäkinen, 3 vuoden tutalainen ja lähtöisin Hyvinkäältä, ollut tämän vuoden kaplaakin liikunta- ja vapaa-aikatoimelijana ja näin kulttuurivastauksia LTKY-hallitukseen.
Moikka kaikki, minä olen Tynyksen Hanna, 5. vuoden energiateekkari ja aikaisemmin toiminut muun muassa armatuurissa pari vuotta hallituksessa muun muassa puheenjohtajana. Nyt mä haen opinto- tai koulutuspolitiikkaa.
Joo, mä oon Juha Kekäläinen, 6 vuotta tänne Lappeenrantaan opiskelin ympäristötekniikkaa ja haen koulutuspolitiikan paikkaa tuolla hallituksessa. Ja lähinnä olen toiminut järjestössä mukana, että on ollut vaikka missä CSV:ssä globaali kasvusjärjestö ja sitten YK-liittoa, että sitä tällaista järjestötoimintaa on vähemmän ollut.
I think about me, I can say that I'm hardworking and responsible.
Okay, so I have, when I read about this internationality, so that was the most important thing that it matters to me here also. For example, I have been several times tutor, and I've been here 2 years in Lappeenranta. I know I have lots of connections with different nationalities. I know their problems, I know their issues, and I really like to do this kind of social activities back in my home country. Also, I was this vice president of Mathematical Society. It's a big university in Tehran, and we organized lots of cultural events. We attributed to some parts of the magazine there. So I like to do some more things for the students, not even for international, but also for Finnish people. Though my Finnish is just improving daily. I'm really doing the hard work to learn the Finnish because I know that it's important here. So yes, based on the experience that I have here, and now I'm more open and know more different nationalities, so I want to be a part of this also.
Wow, tätä on oikeasti aika vaikea selittää lyhyesti. Eli mä hain jo viime vuonna hallitukseen aika huonon menestyksen, mutta jotenkin ihmeen kautta takaavi avautui, ja oikeastaan se takaavi, jota pääsi hallitukseen kesken kauden, niin se oli vaan valmistelua tälle seuraavalle vuodelle. Mä oon oikeastaan näkynyt aika paljon kaikkea ajatusta tähän työhön. Ja ensimmäisestä päivästä saakka totta kai, kun ihminen tulee tilaan, niin huomaa, että mikä toimii ja mikä ei toimi. Ja ensi vuoden toimintasuunnitelmia, jos olette ehtineet tutustua niihin, niin ne on mun mielestä hyvin tärkeitä ja ajankohtaisia. Ja mä haluan olla mukana niiden toteuttamisessa. Osa on tietysti kunnianhimosta ja siitä, että totta kai haluan itse olla osallisen tekemässä asiaa, mutta osin myös velvollisuuteen, koska mä oon aika paljon ollut niitä valmistelemassa ja olen aika paljon tähän hommaan tähän mennessä jo perehtynyt. So I'd like to explain shortly in English. Yeah, I love my job. I want to continue my job, and I feel like it's like my duty to continue where I have left off to continue.
Okay. Thanks everybody, and just please remember to keep your answers short. Next question is, what is your situation with your studies? Is it possible that you have to quit the position at some point? Missä tilanteessa on koulua nyt? Onko mahdollista, että joutuu tekemään homma kesken vuoden?
No, mä oikeastaan saan tänä syksynä kaikki kurssit suunnilleen kasaan, tuttu kieliopinnat ja sitten toi diplotyö. Ja kyllä sitten kun mä pääsen hallitukseen, niin mä sitoudun siihen vuodeksi, enkä lopeta kesken. Että jos tulee diplotyöpaikkatarjous, että kyllä mä sitten saan toivottavasti sen lykättyä tänne joulun yli.
Joo, oikein just näin, että tavallaan se on aika, kun se priorisointi on se tehtävä, että meillä on kaikilla rajallinen aikaa, se vaan priorisointi, mitä lähdetään tekemään. Ja jos saa LTKY-positio, niin se on silloin se pätee juttu, että siihen kyllä lähdetään priorisoimaan, että se on niinku ensimmäinen juttu. Mä oon ainakin valmis niinku ottamaan opinnoista pois, jos tarvitsee käyttää aikaa tähän. Lyhyesti näin.
Joo, mullakin on noin maisteriopinnot ovat puolessa välissä ja keväällä ei oikeastaan yhtään kurssia tällä hetkellä, syksyllä vaan muutama. Niin periaatteessa toi mun ensi vuosi on jo aika paljon vapaa ja aion priorisoida tämän testin, jos sen saan siihen päälle, että diplotyön rupean tekemään sitten vasta ehkä kesällä tai sitten tämän vuoden jälkeen.
About my studies, so this is my first semester, and just because I knew that by the end of December the student union board will be formed and we'll have to be in actions by then. So I tried to take as many credits as I can in the first semester itself. So some of you will be shocked to know that I have taken already 46 credits, and so I'll be left with only few credits, which is manageable along with the position of the board. So I believe I don't have it, and even if this like post demands for some extra work, I'm ready to do for that. And like I don't have such constraint that I have to complete my graduation in 2 years only. So that's not a problem for me.
So I'm first year student in master program, and concerning the job in the board, I can say that I'm not planning to go to any exchange and neither to double degree. No, so I will stay here and fulfill all tasks given to me. And the situation with my study, I'm a good student and I have good time management skills, and I'm good at studying and I have a free time. That's why I decided also to apply for the board, because this free time can be used beneficial.
Me as well. I'm at the middle and somehow at the end of my master thesis studies. So I'm at the end of doing my thesis, but the main thing is that I'm doing a couple of research with my professor. So somehow I first started my master before finishing up some of my courses. So now I will do some upgradings, and then I'm doing some projects which at least will last for 1 year. So I will be here and I have lots of free time these days also.
My studies are going well.
Joo, no mä oon vasta 3 vuotta, että 4 vuotta opinto-oikeutta vielä ainakin jäljellä. Kyllä tässä 1 vuoden voi heittää vielä johonkin muuhun. Aina pitää olla niin, että lyö enemmän jotain oheista aktiviteettia, ettei vaan pääse tekemään koulua.
Mikä tekee sinusta paremman hakijan kuin muut tässä istuvat? What makes you better applicant than others who are sitting here? And you can start.
No sikäli vähän kyseenalaista kysymystä, että mä en tunne muita ja et voin vastata ainoastaan omalta osaltani, mutta voin tuoda sen kokemuksen, mikä mulla on tullut muista järjestöistä esille ja pystyn sitä jakamaan ja tavallaan tunnen ainakin hyvin niin laajasti tätä kenttää, ja se, että se on tärkeää mun mielestä tuntea niin heikkoudet ja vahvuudet, että löytää niistä ja sitten osaa hakea tavallaan apua niissä, mitä ei itse koe niin parhaakseen tehtäväkentäksi, ja sitten taas pystyy tukemaan muita siinä, missä on hyvä. Että tavallaan semmoinen niin yhteistyökyky on tosi tärkeä osa hallitusta.
Joo, mun mielestä tässä kaikilla on omat vahvuudet, joka siis johtaa myös siihen, että kaikilla on omat prioriteetit ja hakenut eri paikkoihin. Eli koen, että mä oon ehkä paras siihen testiin, mitä mä hain, mutta muut on toisaalta omilla vahvuuksilla hyviä niihin, mitä ne hakee. Eli nyt lähtisi siinä mielessä sanomaan paremmin.
I applied for the post of international affairs, and before you believing me, before the chairman trusting me, I believe the international people should believe in me for this post. So, being voted as the 6th highest member in the representative council, I believe the applicants, other international applicants who applied for this post, I'm the one who is in that position. So, I believe that I have gained their trust as well, and this is something which makes me different from the crowd. So,
To emphasize it one more time, that I'm an international student according to my nature, and based on my experience, I can understand needs and beliefs of international students here. And about personality, I'm hardworking, responsible, helpful, and last but not least, I know Finnish. I'm not a native speaker in Finnish, but before I studied it in Saimaa University of Applied Sciences for 2 years, and now I'm continuing my studying Finnish, and like I want to speak really Finnish, and I actually set to myself a personal goal to the end of this year I will speak Finnish fluently, quite fluently. Thank you.
So somehow, I think that I'm one of the most international people here because like if you just look at the circle of the friendships I have, the close friendship I have from each nationality. So I'm somehow one person that doesn't care about people's background. I would care about what they have to put in the project. Also, I'm a good listener, and I'm passionate, and I'm so caring about people's issues. So I will listen to them carefully and will try to solve them as it is my issue. So that is what I have. Okay.
So last year, the same question, and I might have answered that when I arrived to the same decision that I'm the best candidate for this job, and might have been not completely true. Anyway, last year. Because now, this year, I do have experience, and I'm very determined what I want to do. And I think those are the key elements why I'm good to this position. And in Finnish. Eli mulla on paljon kokemusta nyt tästä hommasta, mitä mä oon tehnyt, ja mä oon hyvin määrätietoinen ihminen, että voi kysyä keltä tahansa mun ystävältä tai hallitustyöskentelykaverilta, että mitä mä teen 5 vuoden päästä, niin he kyllä tietävät, että mulla on jo suunnitelmat, ja mä oon niin valmistautunut tähän toimintaan, että se minkä mä aloitan, mä myös lopetan kunnialla. Jos tämän mä taisin sanoa myös viimeksi.
No, kulttuurivastaavalla on tietysti tärkeää olla niin kuin hyvissä väleissä sellaisten kanssa, jotka tekee sitä kulttuuria ja ylläpitää sitä. Killot on meillä tärkeä osa sitä, ja tunnen paljon nyt toimijoita, ja ensi vuoden puheenjohtajista on ystäviä ainakin 4 kanssa, ja tunnen muita kiltojen toimijoita ja muiden yhteisöjen toimijoita täällä, jotka luo ja ylläpitää sitä kulttuuria ja on heihin hyvissä väleissä, niin se on aika tärkeää. Lisäksi täydellinen piittaamattomuus opintojen etenemiseen. Se on aika vahva siinä.
No, minulla on varmaan koulun sisällä edunvalvonnasta tästä rekistöstä ehkä pisin kokemus. Ja koen, että se on minun vahvuus. Lisäksi minusta tuntuu, että tiedän aika hyvin, no ehkä Jani on lukunottamatta parhaiten, mihin mä olen lähdössä, koska mä oon 2 vuotta katsellut sivusta, kun toi mun avomieheni on toilaillut ykkössäni.
No nyt on aika selvästi tullut, että mihin hommaan kukin hakemassa, niin mikä on sellainen suurin juttu, mitä haluaisit saavuttaa ensi vuonna, jos teidät valitaan? So now it has become pretty clear to everybody what position you are applying to. So what would be the biggest achievement you would like to achieve next year if you are chosen to the board? Clarissa, please start.
I think ideally, if you get chosen to the board, you are expected to try and achieve the goals that have been set by the student council. So the biggest challenge is obviously to at least meet the goals to the bare minimum, but of course the best would be to try and achieve an even better outcome than what is the bare minimum, what has been asked for by the student council. So.
I applied for the post of International Affairs. Once again, I'm repeating that. But for applying this post, we need to improve the student affairs as far as the internationality is concerned. And before doing that, it would be nice if we can if we can conduct an online survey for all the students or the international students, and can get their point of view that what they want to do? Like how can their life be improved in Laparanta, or some questionnaire sort of thing can be done, so that at the end of the survey we can at least have the goals. It's not the goals which we are setting, it's the goals what the students are setting by themselves, and then we can work on it utilizing our resources in the right way. So I believe that's something. How would I like to go with my post?
Well, for me, actually, I would like to open the eyes of international students on the student life in LTKY. So what benefit they have, what does university offer them? And also this concerns, so for example, this tuition fee and also LTKY functions, because not so many internationals know that it's possible to participate in elections, be elected, and be there. And also, I would like that international students couldn't meet any difficulties in our university dealing with languages, and their needs and beliefs will be understood, and everything, and their voices will be heard.
One of our main goal is like I want the distance between Finnish people and international people will be the minimum. Like by international people learning the Finnish language or by attending to the Finnish cultural events. Also, if I am in that position, I will make more cultural events, more to show the Finnish culture somehow to the international people, and also the goodness of international people being in this university, because all of the advantages or all of the good things that we bring from our country to this land. So we should be more close to each other if we want this university to improve or to be bigger as maybe an international university. So.
Joo, tosi hyviä vastauksia kaikilta aikaisemmilta. Ja täytyy nyt kyllä kuitenkin varastaa Clarissa vastaus. Eli mä oon ihan samaa mieltä, että toimintasuunnitelma, se on tärkein. Ja siis ne täytyy tehdä kollektiivisesti. Koko hallitus täytyy työskennellä yhdessä niiden kaikkien tavoitteiden saavuttamiseksi. Hallitus on kuitenkin niin pieni pumppu, että ei sitä, kun aletaan laskea yhden henkilön yksikkökustannushintaan, niin ne on aika matalaksi. Voi olla ihan hyvä, että sitten siinä tulee kaveri tai toinenkin auttamaan. Että se, että ne saadaan tehtyä. Myös, että ne on osin aika riippuvia toisistaan, että esimerkiksi tämä hallintotoimintasuunnitelma projekti, joka tulee olemaan seuraavan vuoden puheenjohtajan prokkis, niin se on myös aika paljon sidoksissa sitten viestinnän prokkiksen kanssa. Ja myös mä haluaisin tähän erikseen mainita, että kyllä tuo KV-homma on äärimmäisen tärkeä. Nyt on puoliksi italialainen ja tykkää olla kansalainen, tykkään puhua eri kieliä, vaikka aika harvoin kuulette, vaikea ehkä uskoa. Mutta se on ongelma, mihin haluaisin, että siihen tullaan vaikuttaa. Mutta mä uskon, että se tulee nyt aktiivisesti muuttumaan jo pelkästään sen takia, että kansalaiset opiskelijat on niin paljon enemmän läsnä viime vuonna kuin maailmalla. So shortly in English. So the action plans are great. We should continue those, and the board should collectively work together to accomplish them. And I agree that we should somehow get the exchange students closer to the Finnish normal students. Yes.
No, kuja loppuun. Mä haluan silti, että kaikki, jotka haluaa osallistua kulttuuri-ylläpitämiseen, niin heille tarjotaan jonkinlainen mahdollisuus siihen. Lisäksi yhteistoiminta kaikkien kulttuuri-ylläpitäviä tekeviä tahojen välillä parantuu. Ja mulla oli vielä joku, jonka unohdin. Aloitetaan semmoisia useampia vuosia kestäviä projekteja ja haluan, että ne on hyvällä mallilla tämän vuoden jälkeen, niin että seuraava on hyvä ottaa niistä sitten koppia.
Noi YT-neuvottelut näkyy varmaan tuolla tukipalveluissa kaikkein eniten. Ja mä haluan, että ensi vuonna tehdään niin selvät sävelet, että mistä opiskelijat saa opintoihin tukea, vaikka siellä nyt tukipalveluissa, jos opintopsykologivirka otetaan ja jotain tällaisia. Lyhyesti niihin.
Joo, kyllä mäkin lähdin ensisijaisesti hankkeesta, eli mitä meillä on niin omalla vastuulla, niin ne viedään ekana läpi ja sitten niin samaan aikaan toki olla pahoin pyritään antamaan muille ja ottamaan tukea muita, mitä ei tarvitaan. Ja sitten se, että yhteistyö, eli lähdetään tekemään mahdollisimman laajaa yhteistyötä enemmän niin kaikkien tahojen kanssa. Ollaan niissä kokouksissa läsnä aina, ollaan niin edustuskokouksissa läsnä, ollaan kaupungin kanssa yhteydessä, ollaan kaikkien kanssa yhteydessä, tehdään tätä tieto kulkee ympäri ja niin saadaan tavallaan meille tieto auttaa siinä, että pystytään oikeasti tietämään, mitä oikeasti ihmiset haluaa. Ja sitten taas me annetaan tietoa eteenpäin, niin sitten he tietävät, mitä oikeasti tapahtuu. Eli laaja yhteistyö ja tiedon välitys on kaksi tärkeää asiaa.
And now a question about languages. How well can you communicate in Finnish and then also in English? There's a couple of people that haven't answered in English, so now you can start with Finnish.
About English, all my life, my medium of instruction in all my primary schools, secondary school, high school, college has been done in English only, so I'm very good at it. About Finnish, it's a little difficult because I have just completed Finnish 1 and I'm learning. It's just 3 months. I'm learning. I'm eager to learn language because I have already completed German language. So if I can do German, then why not Finnish? So I'm up for learning the language.
Well, in my previous question, somehow I touched this point, and I would say that firstly about English. I'm fluent in English because I speak English. I started to learn it since I was 4 years old. So and then this study abroad for me in English. So I'm really like a native speaker, and I can truly and clearly express myself in English. I know about other languages, German as well, and Russian because I'm Russian. So as my mother tongue. And speaking about Finnish. I think my level is close to the intermediate level, so I'm far away from the basic one, but I'm highly motivated to learn this language, and I think this job position will help me to fulfill my personal goals, especially to speak Finnish, and it will help me to learn the Finnish more quicker and better.
So, as it's been few months that I'm starting to search job in Finland, and I have understood the importance of this Finnish language. So I'm maybe daily I'm practicing this Finnish language at home by myself, and that's how I started to learn English by myself. So that's why I'm practical. I can go to the shops and say blah 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 blah, but in a discussion, I'm not that level yet, but I'm every day practicing English.
Yeah, so I'm a bit ashamed to say, but you already have heard, my English not so great, but I think the most important thing is communication. That at least you try to explain, and that's how the people speak. One says something, next one wait this moment, and then he goes through to say something. Or Italy actually they speak at the same time. I'm half Italian, so I have experience about that too.
Well, I'm not very good with the professional or highly technical vocabulary, but I think I speak pretty good English and I can get my point across and understand what other people are saying pretty well. I think I can communicate with English.
Of course, I don't speak perfect English, but I think I can manage.
Okay, well, I can shortly say that I was exchange student in Argentina, in South America, and there I had many friends from all over the world. So we used many until we spoke Spanish, we used English, and so it was kind of my path, because when I couldn't say anything in Spanish, then there was still people who can speak English, and so that's how. And I learned that not to perfectly cooperate, but that you can actually express yourself. That is the importance. So. But yeah, Spanish is also quite fluent, maybe better than English. So I can speak three languages. English is more or less.
I'm actually a mother tongue English speaker. I grew up speaking English at home, but then I grew up in Finland and speaking Finnish with friends and in public and stuff like that. So I pretty much speak both languages fluently.
And now we're going to
move forward to the same as with the chairman. So please take a green card and a red card, and we will now say a few topics, and then you can show a green card if you think it's a good idea, if you like it, and then a red card if you are against it, if you think it's a bad idea. And also after every topic, all topics, you may comment on too. So everybody has the cards. So let's start. First is Eri yliopistot ja AMK, Finnish Model for Universities and Universities of Applied Sciences.
Okay, the next one. LTKY Kulttuuri Museum, Museum of Local Student Culture in Lappeenranta.
Okay. Green Campus.
Ykkösvaiheen remontti, renovation of the first building phase of LTKY.
Okay. Psycho, Student Union of the Saimaa University of Applied Sciences.
Universumin pisin vappu, 3-week-long vappu celebrations.
You can do it afterwards. Udet Schoolit, new organization model of LUT.
Okay. Working in a team. Oh, interesting.
Enemmän jäsenpalveluja, more services for members.
YTHS, University Students Healthcare System Finland.
Enemmän yritysyhteistyötä, more cooperation with companies.
Okay, let's do that. And then last but not least, Jaloviina.
Repeat that again.
You know this hard liquor drink, Jaloviina?
No.
Okay, that was it. So now you may comment on 2 of the topics if you want more precisely. Jan, did you have something?
Yeah, I was actually just doing, but okay, our WAP is great, but I'd like to remind that I think that as a university we should cherish the responsible way to drink alcohol. Actually, my dearest friend died of WAP, so kind of personal for me.
If somebody else also has something to say about the topics.
About the service for the student members, I believe if we have more resources on our end, then we can deliver better. So that was green from mine.
No joo, voisi sanoa tuohon YTHS:ään vielä, että siinä on sekin on semmoinen, mikä on aika iso aihe ollut ympäri Suomea. Nyt on paljon tekemistä siinä, mutta itse en ole sosiaalipolitiikkaa nyt lähdössä, että siinä on sosiaalipolitiikalla sitten niin on aika paljon tekemistä sen kanssa, miten parantaa YTHS-palveluita ja siinä on aika iso homma kyseessä.
Instead of saying my opinion, I would like to ask one question to you or to anyone in the crowd. Whoever knows the answer can probably help me in knowing it. Even though about the LUT Green Campus I showed this, but I always have this doubt that whenever I come from my place to university, I always look at that windmill. And that windmill never works. But whenever I see that windmill actually working, I know, okay, there are some high official guests in LUT, and for them it's mechanically operated. So why is it so? Like, any of you?
Actually, website on LUT's. Well, there's a page on LUT's website where you can ask these kind of silly questions about Green Campus. So maybe you will get the answer from there.
Okay.
You're not alone with that.
Yeah, I can
say that the question you asked about this University of Applied Sciences and Technical Universities, actually this question was a bit difficult for me to answer. I'm doing my bachelor in University of Applied Sciences and now I'm in Technical University. And I can say that studying more is different. In the University of Applied Sciences, it's more practical, and he's more like self-responsible. And yeah, so this is the kind of division.
Mä voisin nopeasti sanoa vähän vapusta ja jäsenpalveluista. On kiva, että on universumin pisin vappu, mutta samalla siinä vapussa ja jäsenpalveluissa niin on kiva, että on pitkä vappu ja paljon jäsenpalveluja, mutta mieluummin laatu kuin määrä ja 3 viikkoa vappu, eli käy aika rankaksi.
Okay, so if the audience has any questions, you can direct them to all of the applicants or just to some specific person. Nyt voi yleensä sitten esittää kysymyksiä, jos haluat esittää kaikille, niin se on ok, sekä myös sitten vain tietyille.
Yes. Onko sinulla puoluekirja? Are you a member of a political party here? Kaikille. For all of you.
James better to answer the question.
Okay.
Joo. For the international, well, the thing about applying for the international position, the official language of the student union is Finnish, and that cannot be changed, period. But next year we will have more international students and before in the representative council. If you could decide, how would you organize the representative council meetings?
Seeing the language barrier, keeping the language barrier in mind, as you said that nothing can be changed overnight, and that's true. But
it's from the law.
Yeah, that's true. I abide by that, and but I feel that we should at least try to bring some change. At least introduce this concept of having things in bilingual languages. Because I believe 30% of the students in LUT are international people, and okay, majorities are in Finnish, with due respect to all of you, but I believe, see, as an international student, my point of view is like, I have come to Finland from all the way to India, not to be categorized as international student. I want to mingle with all of you. Like, I have some Finnish friends, I hang out with them. So it's not about Finnish people or international people. It's about student body of LUT. So if we, and this language barrier is the only thing with which we can include everyone. So that's what I feel.
So what's your answer to the question? How would you organize the representative council meetings?
Maybe the meeting, since it's by the law that it will be in Finnish, so let the meeting be in Finnish. At least have a translator who can help the people who are there. Like, I'm there in the representative council as well. So if I go there and sit there and understand nothing, then it's of no use. My point of view won't be taken into consideration. Then what's the use for me to be there? But if a translator could be there, which will help us, so even we can contribute to the entire thing. So I would like to say, having a translator, and then after the end of the meeting, mailing the meetings of the minute to everyone in both the languages. That would be a good idea.
I will answer this question from my side. Yeah, as it was mentioned before, it would be good step by step to implement better language structure into our meetings. But yeah, now we have finished. But what we can do now is we can put light on some essential points and translate them to the English, because we have international students in our council representatives. So to make them able to understand the point and make their own contribution to it, because new ideas, new opinion, they're really important for the future operations.
Suraj also said same. And the thing is, we get some of the meetings so in advance, so we have some Finnish people in our Cascade group also. So we always ask them to translate everything for us, and also maybe in the meeting itself, maybe it lasts a little bit longer because international people always question a lot. So we will do the same. We may interrupt you for explaining us in English, but that's how it's going to be because we want to all of us are going to be the back of each other to do something for all the people. So it's better that all of us understand what are we going to vote for or what are we going to do.
Do anybody else want to answer?
Actually, I want to say something. I just want to point the obvious that there's no idea to have international students on the council if they cannot somehow understand what's happening there. So this must be done somehow.
We will appreciate if the official parts maybe should be in Finnish, but we will appreciate if the ones who can speak English also, like they add it to their conversation. It will be a great thing for us also to
highlighting the most essential
points. If it's easier for all of them to talk in English, so maybe why not?
Did you get your answer?
Yeah.
Okay, Tommy.
This is for the international students there. How would you improve the language center, the language teaching here? I would like to begin to this question because in the first semester I enrolled for Russian one, German one, Finnish one. Even though I knew German, I just wanted to see how is it different over here. Like most of you must be aware of Goethe Institute. So I've been studying German in Goethe Institute for almost last 2 years. So now I left India, so I had to quit there. But the standard of teaching in Goethe Institute and since I know German language, so I can at least compare because the professors over here are German professors and not like Finnish professors or English professors. Okay, so when I went for the class, my expectations were really high because I have learned German from an Indian teacher and not from a German teacher. So that was the reason why I went there. But after just 1 or 2 months, I was really disappointed because the way of teaching over here is not that good. I feel the language should be taught to us in a very systematic way, which I have already learned in back there in Goethe Institute. So as far as German is concerned, my expectations were not that good. I mean, I had a bad experience, but with Finnish, I would say, since I have no idea about Finnish, so till now I have done Finnish 1 and I'm enrolled for Finnish 2. So my Finnish 1 experience was good because the teacher I had, she was very lenient and whatever she is teaching me, so I'm assuming that that's a systematic way. So I have no comments as far as the Finnish teachers are concerned. But about German teacher, that was my opinion. And yeah, about Russian. In the course module it says... how would you improve the whole teaching, the language center? I would, first of all, I would like things to be more dedicated. Now I feel it's just for the sake of, okay, 1 period, 6 classes, done. No, I want that course to be extended for at least 1 semester, at least have 12 to 11 classes, number of classes in 1 semester. And things should be limited, like covering 3 chapters in 1 period, it's not done. Nobody will even remember what they learned in the first chapter and things will be messed up. So taking 2 chapters for 1 semester will be nice.
More
Systematic, yeah.
Yes, does. Anybody have something?
Yeah, I have something to add. I will try to keep it short. About the teaching, and if you want to find the places for improvement of language teaching, I think the best idea would be to conduct a survey, a questionnaire of the student who are actually visiting this course. to find what they do not like, what they like. So that's how we could see. So that's how we could turn the like negatives or drawbacks into the opportunities. But for the language courses, I would like them to be more interactive, more like practical interaction between the teacher and the audience. And about the study materials, I think there should be more available to the students. Because, for example, I enrolled for the Spanish course, and they told me to go to the library or buy the book. But in the library, there were no books to this course, so I decided that okay, next time I will take it when there will be books in the library. But also I want to point out that in our university in LET we have only 3 languages of Finnish, and for example for the Spanish we have like 6, and we are now in Finland, not in Spain. So maybe Finnish for working life or something like this. It would be really interesting, and I think the student will like it. And also, okay.
You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that students can really make a difference about the lectures that they do take, because we have this feedback system also in the language courses. And okay, it's quite new and it's been developing a long time, but it's under construction all the time. I'm actually doing the gathering about the feedback of the language courses, so I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, and maybe now just 2 last questions.
Yes. Well, I don't have any question, but if you have asked me the question, I should have kicked out all the playing teachers from here, because I have been attending the Finnish language. I have been attending the German language as well. I didn't get any difference. Both of them are kind of monotonous. But what I can say that until now, for my whole life, the best teacher I got was a Finnish language teacher in Helsinki.
Okay, please, we should concentrate on the candidates. Yes.
Okay, but
you can
all right,
continue.
all right,
Yes,
all right.
Another Mia, you had a question. This is the last one.
So the Finnish government has decided that universities in Finland will ask tuition fees from students outside of EU and other countries, and the social text takes fall. So how do you think these will maybe affect the teaching in LUT?
There will be, at least for my department, there will be no teaching then, because there is no people from outside of, there's no people from inside of EU attending technomathematics. So at least for you're all foreigners and out of EU, that this mathematics department is running. So somehow I'm not agreeing with that. Like it's not the best idea, because lots of countries, lots of developing countries will not consider coming here, because they will have like maybe more operated universities to go if they want to pay.
For me, I'm not so much this point of view of this not free like the implementation of tuition fee for the student coming not from EU countries. Well, I do not see this idea as a positive, because like for me, like Finland is a small country and they reach really a lot with their high quality education. It was one of the benefits was it's a free quality education. There were a lot of students, international students, coming to this country to get this education. Because in my own experience from Finland to Germany, I really started to appreciate Finnish education. It's really the best place to Finland where you can study, honestly. But well, if there will be like tuition fee for the student, this is paid. Maybe we can find some opportunities and we can improve the performance of our university to attract other students, improve the teaching methods, and so on.
If you are charging tuition fee for from students outside EU, then maybe from that money you can definitely do some good things for the betterment of things in terms of teaching is concerned, like having more number of labs, having more exposure to different machines, different outings to our industry and all. But if you do that, then I can rest assure you that that percentage of 30% international students in LUT will definitely reduce. So the teaching will be improved for sure, but then you'll have less number of international students over there.
Okay.
For obvious reasons already said.
Thank you. And anybody else? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to continue Mia's question. And so the government has had quite a lot of problems to define the right price for this education for the semester. I'd like to ask for the international students, if you would be the guy up there, and you have the power to decide the price, how much would you put a price for the semester? And zero is not an option.
First of all, I don't understand this concept of outside EU. Why not EU students as well?
I don't know.
If you are
That's all.
Oh, you should have.
But
Yeah, the law is common is in EU, so.
yeah, it's a bit the same. So yeah.
But the main point is, how much do you see the value
Yeah,
of
the
our?
question now.
Yeah, but, yeah, okay.
Somehow-
The idea is
But
the
short,
same.
if you want to answer this one, like you can answer shortly, but that's the last question. Yeah.
Just a number.
Do you have an answer for
Yeah,
Mia's
it's
question?
both questions.
Okay.
As far as I understand it, they've done some testing, basically in some universities of testing the fees, and the fees were too low for them to actually get any financial benefit out of it. And most of the money that was gained from the fees went into the actual upkeep of asking for fees. So in that sense, it was a plus minus no issue. I mean, like, not much of a gain for the actual university. Secondly, that it does kind of cut out what students can come to our university. So it means that only if you can afford it, you can come to our university, and that will affect the level of our students and the how well performing they are. Because we'll get the students who can afford it, not the best students. So that will affect, in effect, might affect the outcome of our research in our university.
Okay, thank you. Only a couple of words. Speaking a couple of words. Speaking about these tuition fees, I thought it might be a good idea, it would be from the Finnish government, to implement like a contractual agreement with the students so that they could assign each student to a special company, and so that this company will pay for the student education. So somehow to solve, I have some thoughts how to solve this issue, and I would like to share it later, but it will take time. Yeah. But hopefully you got an idea. Yeah. Thank you for your answers. And also thanks for the question. And thanks for the audience. Good luck for you to Wednesday meeting, and yeah, have a nice evening. Thank you.